When they tell you to get as much Accord as you can afford, you get something like this, the 2012 Acura TSX. So how much Accord do you really get with the 2012 Acura TSX? Now this isn't going to be your standard Acura TSX. This is the Acura TSX Special Edition. So this means it has a few things that the standard TSX doesn't have. Number one is going to be it has an all black interior. All right, so that is something that you're not going to see as much. You're also going to get under here red lighting accents underneath in the floor well. You also have that continued with red stitching on these half leather, half faux suede seats that have actually held up really, really well. This car has 165,000 miles on it. Super clean. It still has the original TSX rubber floor mats that have held up very nicely. The pedals are aluminum. Even this dead pedal is aluminum, and they have held up perfectly as well. That suede is going to continue in on the door cards. You got this soft touch faux leather here as well. You have some hard plastics that I have taken some dings and scratches. On the inside, you're going to have that standard Acura stick shift with the aluminum top, along with this leather wrapped shift knob and leather shift boot that has held up well as well, with red stitching also continued here. You got some wood accents here. You've got the standard manual handbrake. You've got extra storage in here, and this also slides back and forth as an armrest. This didn't hold up very well. This is supposed to be completely covered in leather, and here on the seat you've got some of this leather coming apart as well. Passenger seat has held up perfectly fine, along with the back seats look perfect as well. Sunroof still works, no draining issues on that. Moving to the back seat, ignore all the junk that's back here. You have a nice amount of leg room, plenty of head space in here as well. You also have these door cards that are brushed aluminum as well, with the door handles being that held up well. On the exterior, by this age, the Acura brand has done a good job by making sure that the paint is good. As you can see, we got the special edition badging here as well. Only issue with this one is we do have water inside of this taillight. This isn't an Acura problem. This is just this one headlight, taillight seems to have that problem. All right, let's talk about the wheels. These wheels are actually made by Enki. So these are not just any random wheel made by any random people. These are Enki wheels, which makes them lighter. All right, coming around to the front, one standard issue that all cars from this age are going to have is the slight fogging on the headlights. You can clean these up, make them look a lot better, but I think that the headlight design is pretty aggressive, as it slopes from all the way back here in the fender all the way and has this little bit of a sharp angular look to it. One thing that this special edition is going to also have that your standard TSX isn't, is going to have this sharp angular body styling, body molding that your standard one would not have. We have fog lights. One thing that I am not a big fan of on this generation of Acuras is the grille. It seems to kind of have this beak Acura grille from this era. I think that the new floating diamond grille design that Acura's design language has nowadays is a lot better looking. You've got this 2.4 cylinder VTEC engine. This is one of the last Honda motors that actually came with VTEC. The next generation after this started going to turbocharged. Now this only has VTEC, I believe, on the intake and not the exhaust. So it has a lot smoother of a VTEC band, but a lot of people, it doesn't give you that punchy VTEC that people know and love. So a lot of people do not care for this motor specifically. This is also a very similar motor to what you would have in the Civic Si of the same year, but this transmission does not have the limited slip diff. It only has the 6-speed manual. That is something that you can upgrade if you'd like to. You can switch the gearbox internals from an Si into this. It's just going to be a little bit different with your speedometer, but that can be fixed with some tuning. And that's kind of what the engine bay looks like. I haven't had any massive oil leaks from this thing. So this thing is beautiful. Now, one thing that this doesn't have is a standard header. This actually would need to have a downpipe. It actually comes with a roll bar from factory. This is from Acura development, so that probably stiffens up the chassis. A lot of people will add in aftermarket ones as well. Let's continue around. You also get these side skirts. I'm not sure if these are special edition specific. I would kind of assume so, because this one is kind of coming off here. But, you know, you can just get some more, you know, double-sided tape and tape that back, and you'll get that. Coming around to the back end, again, you're going to have your dual exhaust pipes and this little bit of a scoop kind of diffuser look to it. This actually goes all the way through, so I don't know what function that would provide, but if it makes you feel better, you can assume that it is functional. You got chrome accents here. This is something that I would probably get rid of. I do think that these cars look really good with an all blacked out look. These cars are really known for being stanced and also, you know, luxury builds where people do super crazy interiors. As far as modifications go, there aren't a lot of aftermarket support for this compared to the CL9 TSX, the older generation, the first generation. That one has a lot more motor modifications you can do. You can spend around $3 to $5 grand and get a supercharger or a turbocharger kit for this and make it push around 350 wheel horsepower. But that is something that you can do on the stock internals, not stock transmission. So I hope you guys found this video informative. This is my 2012 Acura TSX, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.